Hi, welcome to the kitchen and next to the lounge. We're going to go through whips, finished objects, and I am going to show you both of those rooms except for a little section of one that I can't show you because there's a big huge surprise in it and I don't want to give it away because I want to do a whole video on it. So stay tuned. Hi, well, welcome back. I'll just let you know what I've been up to over the last 2 weeks. There's plenty of laundry out there. We are having an energy crisis here in the United Kingdom, and so I have chosen to stay up 2 nights a week throughout the night to do any baking that I have to do, and to do my laundry, and to run the dishwasher. Now, the laundry is not totally necessary because I have a delay timer on my washer, so I can just set it before I go to bed and it'll start at 3 in the morning or whatever I want it to do. And my dishwasher does not have delay start. Unfortunately, it's not that fancy, so, you know, I have to do that. But last night was the first night that I stayed up. I baked, you'll see when I do the tour of the kitchen, but I baked 3 dozen Sleepy Hollow cakes, a bundt cake, a vanilla bundt cake with cinnamon and sugar on top, and I did 2 loads of laundry. I hang my laundry on clothesbars now to save myself money for the dryer, but I think I mentioned that last time. So I folded the one that I put on yesterday morning because that laundry was started at 3 in the morning on Tuesday morning, and so that was hung and it was dried. So when I came down here at midnight, everything was ready to go. The washer was set, that went off, and that started running, and now my weights are hanging in there. So I'm going to try not to turn that way. Plus I have a foot bath in there that's going to the tip, and a big bag of soil for my herb garden, which I will show you in another video, because all of those little plants and that you guys saw that were planted in those little green trays have sprouted, and I'm going to have so much lettuce. Yeah. The other thing I bought myself was, I say the other thing because I haven't told you the big thing, was a solar powered battery deck. My old one was kind of not charging as quickly as it had been, so I bought myself a new one, and that is trying to fully charge in the sun right now. I charge my iPad, my phone, anything small off that, and it works really well. It's excellent, actually. So, and I get quite a few hours out of it as well. So, wow, more than hours a day, and nearly 2 days of charging, and that's charging my iPad every day, my phone every day. So it's really, really good. What else? I'm still boring you after 4 minutes. What else has happened? I guess that's pretty much it. So 2 nights a week I stay up, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm prepping myself for canning. I finally was able to get a hold of a ball canning jar set. So I got the tray and everything that goes in the pot, and all of the necessities that go with that to do my canning. I'm going to start with some apple jelly because I have a crabapple tree. Now I don't know if that's going to work or we're going to end up like visiting, the porcelain king, but we'll see. I've heard on Pinterest that it's fine to make apple jelly from crab apples. And to be honest with you, I'm not even sure it's a crabapple tree because the apples are really big. They're like this big. So I'm not sure. I keep being told it's a crabapple tree, but it doesn't look like one, and there's no thorns. So I have no idea. Anyway, I'm super thirsty. Right, so I guess we should get to it. The first thing I want to show is, I stitched along with Helen Duffin on this, and I ended up getting a frame that was like exactly like the frame that she'd sent to diamond paintings, Halloween diamond paintings, which are spectacular, to me. And if I'd have known that these existed, I would have gotten them before. But we both stitched a Welcome to the Strawberry Patch. It's a Cherry Hill design. I don't even know if you guys can see that very well because it's in the glass. But it looks double to me right now, but it might not be. There we go. Anyway, yeah, so that was a quick stitch. And it sits on my Welsh cupboard over here. But I just love the little, where are you? I just love the little ladybugs. They're so cute. Oh, and I'm sorry if the ring light is reflecting off my glasses today, but I have to have it in the kitchen because it's not as bright in here or the lounge as it is in the conservatory. So sorry about that. The next thing I finished were the socks. Thank goodness. Finally, they are done. I haven't sewn in the tails at the top, but yep, they're finished. So that's my Halloween socks done for the year. I'm not even really going to give information about the yarn because you can't get it anymore. It's a Premier yarn from America. It is really nice while it lasts, but it does not wear very well. So I couldn't really recommend it anyway, but I like the feel of it while they last. So there you go. Golly, the next thing I have to show you, I have to move some things for. Because as some of you saw, I think on Facebook, I've been working on a table runner for autumn. And I found, oh goodness, what happened? Oh goodness, I don't have the paperwork. I don't know where it went. I found a pattern for a Stars and Stripes table runner that was free on the web, and I'll put a link to that below, but I just changed it up and I traced leaves to replace the stars and just changed the whole color scheme to be a little bit more autumnal, Thanksgiving-ish. So I'm going to show it to you now. I hand bound this. I used a technique that I found from a cross-stitch bag making YouTube video. Instead of using binding, I cut the outer edge of the backing fabric. Basically, and I believe it was like 1.25 inches larger. I think it was 1.25 inches larger than the diameter of the dimensions of the actual quilted piece, and then folded it over, pinned it, and then I hand stitched it around. But I'll show it to you. I have not finished stitching the leaves on yet, but I will. And I've chosen only to stitch the lines separating these sections. So I'll show you it first. And I'll show you up close so that edge is hand stitched on. You can kind of see where it's been stitched, but I don't care. Yeah, so each of these leaves was created from basically a child's coloring book page that I found on Google Images. And then I did start, as you can see, well, I guess I should show you. So the binding never ends because it goes onto the back of the backing fabric. So it is the backing fabric, and then I did start to stitch the lines. So stitched on the front and the back, and I am going to only do 2 lines, and then I did stitch around the first leaf. So the back will look all right as well. But I'm super duper proud of this. I've never bound anything except for a cross stitch bag, so I'm super proud. Anyways, the fabric, I'm not sure if you can get it in America anymore. It's called Canadian Leaves. So this is called Canadian Leaves. This was just some muslin that I had, and this was just some batik fabric that I got at a local fabric shop, and this was just some quilting cotton that I had hanging around. So that was all done from stash. I'll show you those. I'll show you those in a second. Here, let me get it put back on the table. Oh my goodness. Bear with. There we go. This little toast rack is from the 50s, and I got it from a nice lady on eBay, and we use it every weekend. It's got pretty little roses on it. Oops. And I went to TK Maxx, as one does in the autumn, to see what they had that was new and different for Halloween and autumn. And I picked up these little pretty babies, which are some pretty little apples, salt and pepper shakers. I love these. These are so cute. Little glass. I love them. They are so sweet. Here, I'll hold one up close. So yeah. That is a pretty little thing. So, yep. So, I also have some new pumpkin salt and pepper shakers, but they're in the lounge right now as a decor instead of being serviced as salt and pepper shakers. Sorry. Since menopause, I can't hold my train of thought. It's really bad. Sorry, I'm still recovering from no sleep. Right, so the next thing I'm going to show you are the 2 cross stitches that I've been working on over the last 2 weeks. I have made progress with one that you saw previously. The other one you saw as basically just a kit. So I'm going to show you them both. This first one is in a bag that was purchased for me by Helen Duffin as a gift last year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she bought this for me. I don't think she made this one. Did you make this one, Duffers? Anyways, inside this is my nice little holder for my thread catcher, really, but there you go. I made that one myself, and I am stitching, and I can show you this because it's a free pattern on the Witchy Stitcher site. It is the Haunted Tiered Cake by the Witchy Stitcher, and that's what it will look like when it's done. And this is free on her site. Just pop over. She's got a lot of free patterns on her site. Pretty amazing, actually. Very, very good. Last week, I believe I was, one second, let me get my stitch marker, my needle minder off there. Last week, I believe I was at the very top of the lowest tier of the cake, and now I only have 1 row of solid stitching left to go, which I've already done, and that will be finished. So there we go. Then I just have to do the cake plate underneath the cake stand, and then I think there's 2 more tiers, 2 more smaller tiers up here, and then the candle. But that is coming along swimmingly. So I will show you the back of my work because I'm not wholly ashamed of it this time. So it looks pretty tidy. That's pretty tidy for me. I have not serged around the edges of this yet, and I probably should, but I only have today to work on this because it's part of my whip go, and then it's going away until the next time it's called, which fingers crossed will be in October. So there's that. And then in a bag that I made myself, the Dominions, because I like Dominions, I am stitching another free pattern. I think this is by the Witchy Stitcher as well. Yep, this is a free pattern by the Witchy Stitcher. It is called Witch. It is a cauldron. There are 5 called for colors. It's all DMC. And I have a nice little needle minder on here from Ms. Duffin, who was kind and bought me a bat. One second. Let me just get under here. There we go. So I started this. I am stitching this on some Batty fabric. I believe I showed you guys where this was from last week in my video. But this is the progress that I've made on this in the last couple weeks. Well, to be honest with you, in the last week. And that is the nice little Batty needle minder that Helen got for me. I don't know if I can force that to focus. But anyway, yeah. So that is that. I am not going to take you guys around the kitchen right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move us to the lounge, and then we will have a chit chat in there about WhipGo and my whips that I still have, and some other hobbies that I've picked up over the last few weeks of the summer, which is, you'll see, it's very pretty. Anyway, I will see you guys all in a second. Hi, well, welcome to the lounge. You were definitely going to get a tour. I am sat on a sofa that is in the back wall, so my stairway is on the other side of this wall. I keep my spinning wheel in here just so I can spin whenever I feel like it. And if I turn a little bit, let's see, my DMC chest is in here. Pride of place. There are also lots of family pictures up here on the shelves. I will show you later. But one thing that I did not mention in my last episode was that, unfortunately, we lost Ian's dad on the 3rd of July this year. And it was obviously, it's a sad thing to have happen, but he died at home. His family was all around him. Ian's sister Diane, her husband, and Ian and I, and our niece Lisa, and our son Thomas, and obviously Ian's mom. He had hospice care in home, and yeah. We took it in shifts, and yeah, so he died comfortably. He was ready. He's the one that asked for them to stop his treatments for his kidney failure. He didn't want to go through that anymore. So his mom's doing very, very well, and I interjected this total sadness in the beginning or in the middle, and I'm really sorry. But his mom is doing really well. She's going on holiday with us to the Lake District this next one, September. Hopefully I'll get some footage up there so I can share that with you guys in one of the videos, but that will be probably an off week. So yeah. So anyway, I miss him dearly. He was a great man. He was so kind to me, so super, super kind to me. And he welcomed me into the family, and he gave the most amazing toast at our wedding, and I will miss him forever. So anyway, right, that's out of the way. Let's just talk briefly about some of the things I've got, and I'm going to, when I go around the room, I will point to the new sort of autumnal Halloween-y stuff that I got from TK Maxx and The Range, and I'm trying to think where else. Not John Lewis. So, but first, I want to talk about my new hobby, which is flower pressing. Now, I didn't need another hobby, did I? I have a lot of hobbies, but I really wanted to do this because I have 2 pictures in my bedroom that my mom actually posted over here, which cost her a fortune in shipping back in the day. Think back when she shipped it, because my dad got me some pie pans that I needed and things like that, and it cost her a ginormous amount of money. Anyway, they are 2 pictures that hung in our home as when I was a child, and I believe it was my mother and my sister Rebecca who made these. It was pressed flowers and some really nice antique frames. So I treat them very well because I want them to stay nice, and the flowers have kept, and I believe it was the early 70s when Rebecca and Mom did those. So I'm very fortunate to have them hanging in my house. I will show them the next time when I show you guys the upstairs. But I decided to take it up myself, and what I decided to do was to create a journal for our home, of a seasonal journal, or a yearly seasonal journal, I guess. I don't know how to say it. Where I pressed flowers and some of the ferns that we have and the ivy that we have, and other things that we grow at our home, and do a journal year on year, writing in what each item is, where it came from around the house, and just to have a nice little reminder and something to look at in the dead of winter when I really need some cheering up. And so I started to press flowers, and I've done my first batch. You're not going to be able to see them very well, so I might just take a snap of this. I don't want to tip it too much because they'll fall off. But that is the first pressing. So we have a giant pansy, a fern, we have some ivy, we have some wild roses that I have in my back garden. We have some violets and gypsophilia. We have a lot of things there that we have pressed already. So I have purchased a scrapbook journal, and those will be basically, I'll just drop wax on them to keep them in. So that works out well. I think what I'm going to do is move the camera a little bit. So, sorry. There we go. That's better for me. Oh, you know what? Hey guys, can you hold on a minute? I am going to go get my drink because I am super thirsty. Hi, I'm back. The first thing I'm going to do is show you some things that I purchased. These are the pumpkin salt and pepper shakers that I got from TK Maxx. Right now they rest over here on the cabinet. They'll go out on the table in October when Halloween time is coming. But for now, they're going to stay here. Another thing I got recently, and unfortunately I got this from Amazon, because I'm trying not to shop at Amazon, to be honest, is this mug. It's called Witch's Brew. It looks like this. It's a little cauldron with little feet, and it is okay. I've used it one time, and that's because the heat permeates this clay, which is what I'm assuming it is, so quickly that you can't touch the outside of this because it's super hot. So if you see this on Amazon, I don't recommend it unless you're going to use it for trinkets or candy or something, which is why it's back in its box, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put candy corn in it. So let's talk about WhipGo. Now, if you're not aware of what WhipGo is, it is a group on Facebook. You kind of have to be admitted, so like you can't, I don't think you can just join. Maybe you can, I don't know, but I had to wait a few days to be approved. And you get a PDF. It's a 25 square chart, and it's numbered. It has certain things on it, like your goal, what your project will be for that particular call of a number. And so I joined. I modified the coloring because I'm really into purples right now, and I don't know why, but I'm really into purple. Purple everything. Used to be my favorite color as a child. Anyways, this is my WhipGo chart, and so this last month, number 20 and 25 were called. I finished one, so I had a complete, which was that bird on the pumpkin that you guys saw last time, and the 3-tier cake, which I'm working on, but that wasn't supposed to be finished. I was just supposed to work a half an hour each day on that, And I did do that, so I marked that as a goal completed. So basically you have these days, so 1 through 25, so whip go and whip go. And this month, I believe it was 3 and 22 that were called. So 3 is my medieval cross stitch pattern, which I'm going to show you now. And the other one was my Christmas crochet blanket, because I really need to get that going, as it were. So I've put other things on for the rest of the spaces. I'm going to start another pair of socks for Christmas. Oh, I've got my botanical scrapbooking as one to keep working on. Preschooler Blackwork Angels is still sitting. The Witch Cauldron, Midnight's Way, my Thanksgiving cross stitch that I started last year, as you remember, and my 3-tiered cake, which can fill in for the botanical, because basically that's going to take me a day, and I have 2 weeks to devote to that. So it'll be kind of a thingy. So those are the whips that I've got standing out on that. Now, I just say this because this is what I think. It's great that I have those goals. Like, everything's going to get worked on for half an hour a day. If I work on it more, great. But I am definitely, because it's worked so well, I am definitely dedicating a half an hour to all of these projects each day. And I am making progress on that. And I'm finding that I'm stitching more at night, which I don't normally do. I don't stitch at night, mostly because my eyes are getting worse and worse as I get older. Yeah. So I'm finding this group really helpful. I love seeing everybody else's work. I mean, I always love it anyways. Anything that, like, Mandy posts or Diane posts in, her chit chats, and any crafty stuff at all that anybody posts. A Soulful Stitcher, that is your name. Oh my God, she had a whip parade in her last video. I will link her YouTube channel below. Holy shnikes. Oh my God, so cool. And if you are watching, Sweet Pea, I am so excited about Halloween Ends. Oh my God, I am gagging for that movie to come out. I cannot wait. I am so eager for that film. Have you seen the trailer? Oh my God, so wild. Let me know if you've seen the trailer. Right. Okay, so darn it, sun's going away. So the first one is obviously the medieval cross stitch. Now I'm doing this for my son Joseph because he really liked it. He saw it, he's like, oh my God, Mom. So I'm gonna do this so he can have it on his desk at work, which is, he works from home, so it's fine. But this is Fandom stitching, I think it is. Is it Fandom? Yep, Fandom Cross Stitchery. They're on Etsy, and they also have a .com site. So anyway, this is what I'm stitching. It is a reference to a Bruce Willis movie, which we all know. Well, I think everybody knows it. Yeah. So, yippee-ki-yay, thou fornicator of motherhood. Now, if you heard Bruce Willis say something like that, but in a more sweary way, then you'll know that this is from that film. Anyways, they've medievaled it up, and Joe loved it, and so I am stitching that for him. Now, I have a dilemma, because I purchased some pretty expensive fabric for this, and now I'm not sure whether I should do it on it or not. I'm considering an 18 count Ada. So this is the 18 count Ada that I am considering here. Let me fold that in half. It might show up better as multiple things. So this is the Ada that I'm considering. If I hide myself, maybe it'll focus. Who knows? But I bought Zweigart top 32 count Murano cotton even weave to stitch this on because I thought it was more in keeping with the aesthetic of the medievally piece. So this is the even weave that I purchased. I don't know if you guys can even see that or not. But yeah. To be honest with you, I'm thinking about sticking with the even weave. Only because it is more authentic. It might take me a little bit longer because I don't see very well. But yeah. And that is being held in a bag with a little thread catcher that my friend Helen made me from fabric that I sent her. So when I sent her this fabric, it was supposed to be for her. But Helen, being Helen, decides to make duplicate bags. So we have matching things, which is very sweet of her. So anyways, yeah. I mean, I have a choice. This or the even weave. I don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, that will be getting some love starting tomorrow, actually. So, Fandom Stitchery. Yippee-ki-yay. All right, put that back. Now the other thing, like I said, that I pulled was the cross stitch blanket, or the cross stitch blanket. Yeah, cross stitch blanket. Like forever. That would go. No, my crochet blanket, my Christmas crochet blanket. So I'm super excited to start work on that again. Basically, because I'd really like it for Christmas. Now, I'm going to just show you the whips that I have outstanding. The first one is Preschooler. And I only have a little bit done on it. And I think you guys may have seen this before. This is being stitched on some even weave as well. But there we go. I will show you the pattern. I have printed up a working copy because I don't like to muck up my stuff. So this is Snowy Nights by Preschooler. And the one that you just saw is right here. It's the horse. And I know you guys have all seen this before, so I'm not going to bore you with it for too long. But yeah. So I am also keeping that in a bag, which is super, super. Oops, I probably shouldn't do that. Which is super full of threads, all punched in the back. But this was also stitched by Helen, and she made 2 of them for each of us. 1 for each of us, I should say. With some fabric that I sent her and another thread catcher. So, very, very nice thread catcher. Catching threads. Right. There we go. So that is one. And the next one is a frosted pumpkin stitchery. This is in a bag that was made by Helen. No, it wasn't. Helen didn't make this one. Maybe she did. I can't remember. Helen, did you make this one? Or did I buy it from that other girl? I can't remember. It's been so long. Anyways, I am stitching Ho Ho Ho. And I'm going to hold this way back because it is the pattern. Oh, you know what? I'm not. I'm going to put a picture right here of it. Because I don't want to show you that. Anyway, everything is in the bag. I just have to start it, kick it off. I am using a River Huts design. It's called Forest Greens. That is a 14 count Ada, which is unusual for me because I usually don't stitch on anything less than 16, but it was probably on sale. I've got all the colors pulled, and that is that. Now the next one, you guys have seen over and over and over again, is the Black Work Angels by Preschooler. A lot of Frosted Pumpkin Preschooler stuff coming. These are my Black Work Angels, my pattern. Yes, I love this so much. I actually saw another Preschooler pattern with angels on for Christmas, and I think I might get it if I ever get these done. I'll show you the few that I have done. I mucked this up so bad, but I don't want to start over. I started by cutting the fabric up, and Kim's like, "Hey, stupid, why are you doing that?" Kim was absolutely right, stupid. Anyway, this was the first one that I got done. It's Joy. And it's already on its card and with its fabric, ready to be mounted. And then I finished a few other ones. And there those are. So we have Love, and I love the harp one. The harp one is amazing. Where is she? Right there. Look at those strings. Oh my God. I loved stitching that so much. And anyways, those are done. I believe I have one in progress. I do. So we have this in progress. So if I have done my half hour a day on my whip goes, then I am going to put some work into those because I really like those and I really want them to be done. Silly. And the last one is Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, and it's Autumn Lane. Now I started this last year, I believe, and it's in another bag that Helen made me from some fabric that I sent her. This fabric I got in Doha, actually. And yeah, it's pretty. Very autumnal. And I started this, and then I think I'm realizing that I do not have enough space to put the next block next to this. So I think I may have stitched all of that for no reason whatsoever. But yeah, there we go. So that's being stitched on that. And I may just end up pulling that and starting that over again. And that is it for whips. Yeah. Right, like I said, I'm going to tidy up everything, and then you'll see the video of the house at the end. I am going to have to edit it in the lounge pretty heavily. I think I won't show you coming through the door. I will already be in here and just turn around, but I can't show you the outside wall, which I really want to show you because there's some lovely paintings on that wall. But that's where the super big surprise is. That has not gone up to my sewing room yet. That needs to go up to my sewing room. So yeah, you'll see this wall and all the way around, and the front. Doesn't matter. It's fine. Anyway, I hope you guys are all doing really, really well, and that you have had a super great couple of weeks. And I guess I will see you in a couple of weeks when we go back to sort of regularly scheduled in the sewing room reporting. Also, I will have some sewing next week. I found a new pattern for a tunic that I had some muslin that was sitting around because I'm trying to use my stash. And so I'm going to make this tunic with this muslin, and then we'll see how it goes. And if that works out, then I'm going to try it with some sort of drapey fabric and see how that goes. And yeah, because I like the tunic. It's got an open back, but I figure, you know, I can wear like a turtleneck underneath it, or I can just wear like a camisole underneath it or something. Or I might just modify the pattern and not have the back open at all. Maybe put buttons down the back or something like that. But yeah. Right. I'm going to go. Alexa, lamp on.
Okay.
There you go. Now you can see the DMC. Which everybody seems to be interested in when they come in the house. They're like, what's that? And I just pull the drawer open slightly and go, oh, it's floss. So yeah. And then we just have some books, and like the picture of Ian's mom and dad is right there. That I took, or Ian took, as an anniversary photo for their 60th wedding anniversary a few years back. I believe that was 2018 was their 60th anniversary. So, oh. And my mom and dad are on the very top shelf. Another frame. Okay, well, I'm going to get this stuff put away, and then I will film that, and then I will go to editing, and then I will probably go to bed because I'm super tired. Anyway, you guys have a good couple weeks, and I will see you later. Bye.